Good morning. So excuse the wet hair, I've just got out of the shower, but I thought I would start this vlog here at this campsite that we're currently at because everyone seemed to enjoy our last little tour of our air where we were up in Scotland. So I thought, why not show you around this one as well? So for this vlog, we are actually back in our home county of Lincolnshire. So Lincolnshire is where we grew up. It's where Brandon and I met, and we are back down here. We were back down here at Brandon's parents doing our upgrades on the Landy. So we thought, let's take the Landy out on a little Lincolnshire adventure, show you guys what it's all about. Now, don't get me wrong, it's no Scotland. There's no mountains and waterfalls and things like that, but it does have some interesting qualities. So we're gonna go and check them out. So let's start with our little campsite tour. So Brandon's just filling up with some water. Sun's starting to rise behind me, it's pretty early. But let's just head over here and show you what it's all about. So it's basically a field on a farm. Landy is over there. To spin you around, there are a couple of caravans on here. No one's actually in this one. Then we've got, this is the farmhouse over here. And it's done as good, to be fair. I was a little bit cautious at first because the facilities looked quite basic, but so these are the showers. We've got two showers, and if I open it up, pretty basic inside, but I tell you what, you've got the shower up here that comes down. It's a gas shower, which I've never used before. Super hot, super brilliant, good pressure. And what's nice is, let me just shut this back up. What's nice is the sun rises over here and it comes up and it shines right in the shower, so you can get a really nice sunrise lit shower. And I'll pop a little clip in because it was beautiful the other morning. I was up too early this morning, but yeah. So in here we've got a little very basic rugged. In here we've got a very basic back to basic, rugged kind of kitchenette kind of thing going on. You got like the kitchen and microwave and things if you need it. Then we head on outside. Like, you've got bins and stuff over there. Then here's a little like summer house with a dining table in. You can go and sit in and socialise. There's heating in there if you want. And then you've got a couple of standard toilets over here. So it's a pretty basic setup, but we love this campsite because it was super cheap and it's really local to Lincoln, which is the place we're heading to today. Now what we're going to do is we're going to head on out nice and early, get some breakfast before we go park up in Lincoln, do some work, and then head on out exploring. So we have arrived in Lincoln. We have parked at a place called The Lawn. It's a little bit expensive. I think it's worked out around £10 for 24 hours, but it's pretty central and it's a pretty nice place to park your Landy if you've got one, or if you come to Lincoln for the day. So it's kind of surrounded by trees back here, and then if I turn the camera around, you can see the cathedral in the background, and there's actually a really nice coffee shop that I'm not going to, but there's a coffee shop called Stokes Lawn Cafe there, so you can always pop in there, get a coffee to start your day. But we're gonna go and see what we can get up to. So I kind of feel like looking at the Landy here, we're not really using the Landy for what we built it for just yet, but we're making the most of it, and we're making the most of where we are and kind of all that we can. So let's crack on and see what we can get up to. I have abandoned Brandon for the time being because my work is a lot more flexible than his. So he is in the Landy doing some work, and I am off, off out exploring. So let's go. So we have made it into the city. So over here we've got Lincoln Castle, which is kind of a walled castle. You can pay to go in, but we are not going to do that today. And then over here we have Lincoln Cathedral, which is absolutely beautiful, and it is a really well-known cathedral. You can see there is something strange on top of the building here. Now this is something actually Lincoln have done for Halloween, so there are a load of these inflatable monsters all around the city. So yeah, I'm sure we'll see a few more of those. They are kind of ruining the aesthetic a little bit, but it's a little bit of fun for the city. So let's go take a little look closer at the cathedral. There is so much detail on this cathedral. I've seen this cathedral so many times, and I've never kind of been up close and seen how intricate all this is. So now we are going to go and explore England's 4th steepest street, known as Steep Hill in Lincoln. Now Lincolnshire is known for being pretty flat because it's farmland. It's known for its really good farmland, and yeah, so we're going to go and explore Steep Hill in Lincoln. Let's go. Okay, so I got back to the landy. There's Doug. Just given him a leaf that he's now munching on. Anyway, done a bit of shopping after going down Steep Hill. Some bits for our winter trip. But I also picked up some sausage rolls from this baker's called Curtis, which is probably our favourite bakers in Lincolnshire, like our favourite chain bakers anyway, and they do really good sausage rolls, so picked some of those up now. So as you will see, it's now night time. Once I finished up in Lincoln earlier today, come back here, did some work, and then this evening we popped into Lincoln to see if we could get a few bits that Brandon wanted, and also we stopped for a drink in one of the pubs just up at Steep Hill. But now it is pretty dark. We've just started the landy up, packed down, and we're going to head to our next destination on this little adventure. I'm going to spin the camera around in a minute because you can see the cathedral in the background, and it's all lit up and looks pretty beautiful. It is quite far in the distance, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. But yeah, I'll show you that just before we head on to our next destination. So our next destination is, I actually can't remember what it's called. It's somewhere we've not actually been before, technically. It's about a 45-minute drive, so we're going to head on and get there. So let's go. Don't know if you can see, because there is a little bit of light pollution. the cathedral lit up, red in the background. Anyway, let's head on to our next destination. Good morning. So this morning last night we headed over Woodall Spa way, so from Lincoln to Woodall Spa, not too far really, and we found this little hidden gem of a park up. Now we've been struggling on Park for Night recently, just with park ups either not being suitable for staying overnight and just the lack of park ups really. So we're kind of going over to Google Maps and finding our own, and we found this little hidden gem that really was a great night. But anyway, we woke up to a beautiful morning this morning. Now today, not only are we heading into Woodall Spa, but we're also going to be checking out something first before we head actually into the town itself. Now Woodall Spa is a beautiful little town. It's quite popular, it's quite well known in Lincolnshire for its kind of World War history, its RAF history, and a few other things as well. So we're going to go check that out. But first, where are we heading first, Brandy?
We're heading to what I believe is an old World War II RAF kind of airstrip that they've refurbished into a nature centre.
Yeah, now we've been coming to Woodall Spa over the years quite often, and I've never ever been here, have we?
No.
Never ever been to the old kind of airstrip. So we're making up a drink and then we're going to go and head over. Should we show them what we're making up?
So here we have our latest little winter purchase. This is the Velvetizer by Hotel Chocolate.
It's a little winter treat living in the Landy. We thought why not? And it makes up the most delicious hot chocolates. Wow. And they do loads of different flavours. So that's mine. That is a classic 70% hot chocolate. I like a good kick. And Brandon's gone for a vanilla white. They're not the cheapest hot chocolates, but they're pretty nice, aren't they?
We do see in the Land Rover versus the van kind of what level of luxury we've built into it, mainly with kind of having the power to run something like this. We put in a massively expensive inverter so we can run a hot chocolate maker.
So, don't mind the Landy noise in the background. We just wanted to take a moment to announce a little giveaway that we are running. So, to say thank you for hitting the 3,000 subscriber milestone on YouTube, we want to give back to say thanks for your support. Now, what we are doing, so we are running a little giveaway. So Flextail were kind enough to send us a couple of items. So we've been using Flextail gear for a while now. We use various bits of their gear, and Flextail are known for their ultra light and ultra small kind of camping gear. So what they have sent us is 2 of their head torches. Now we love these head torches. We've got a pair for ourselves, but they've sent us these to give away to one of you. So if you want to be in a chance of winning these, then all you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to our channel and also comment on this video. So this is the pinned video, so make sure it's this one that you're commenting on. And that's all you have to do. And then we will pick a winner and announce it in an upcoming video. So if you want a chance to win, make sure you subscribe and comment on this video. So we have arrived at the Woodall Spa Airfield Nature Reserve, and I think it's basically an old RAF base. So let's go in. Okay, so if you do come here, you need to call up in advance and get the code for the gate. What a beautiful day for this though. So what you can see here is, I think this is basically it. This is the accessible area. You can walk down this old airstrip. But it's pretty cool to think, hopefully we'll find some info, it looks like there is up there, but it's pretty cool to think that this is where military RAF planes used to take off. So this airfield that we are currently stood on used to be a natural area of beauty, but in 1942 it was built into a military airfield for World War II, and then back in 2014 it became a nature reserve again. So let's go and see what nature we can find now. I'd be quite interested to see what the audio is like because it's actually really windy out here. We're going to go and explore one of the bird hides. Should we see what's in here? Oh, it's a drain. Do you know what I find really crazy? Like when we visited Auschwitz and we visited the grounds of the Great Escape, like where our feet are right now, how different time would have looked, what, 100 years ago?
It's not even that, is it?
Not, no.
60 years ago?
60 years ago, how this ground looked. Do you know what I mean? That really gets me. So we're just heading back up the airstrip now, and we're gonna go to our next destination of the day. So we're gonna go for a little walk into Woodall, but we're gonna be parking at Jubilee Park. So let's go! Okay, so we have just arrived at Jubilee Park. It's pretty busy and it's really nice to see, we was just saying, all the camper vans on the air. But anyway, we have got wrapped up a little bit more because we are heading out on a bit of a longer adventure. So where should we head first?
Bob.
So parking in Jubilee is free, but they do accept donations just to help with the ongoing upkeep of the area. So yeah, Jubilee Park in the summer is an absolute hot spot, but on days like today in the autumn, it is
open.
a little bit, whoa! So we spin it round, that's a little bit strange, but I didn't realise the pool is open.
No, I thought it closed for winter.
So it has an outdoor heated swimming pool that is apparently open. We used to come no end as kids. Did you used to come?
Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah.
For a picnic.
Yeah, we'd come, you'd sit on the lawn around it, have a picnic and enjoy the pool. Now Jubilee Park has some really nice gardens. You can have a little wander around. You can get an ice cream and things like that in the summer. But I think first point of call, we're going to go and head into the woods and show you one of the most iconic things in Woodall. Should we go?
Let's go.
So we're currently in the woods opposite Jubilee Park that sits kind of behind the main street in Woodall, and it's a really fun place to have a wander around and explore, get lost a little bit, especially in autumn with all the leaves falling on the floor. Okay, so here we have, hidden in the woods, the kinema, which is called the Kinema in the Woods. So this opened back in 1922, I believe. It's kind of an iconic part of Woodall. I've never actually been. Brandon has though.
something that's a little bit special about the Cinema in the Woods is it's the only UK cinema still using a rear projector. So what that means is kind of you've got seating, screen, and then the projector's behind that, projecting onto the screen. Now, I actually came here back in 2008 to watch the Simpsons movie, and what's really great is at midpoint they have like an interval where a little man on a piano comes up on a platform, and then you stop and go get your snacks before finishing the rest of the movie.
Over 100 years of cinema here.
Have you relieved yourself
Excuse me?
of much money? There we go.
So we have just been to the butcher's and we have bought some Lincolnshire sausages for our dinner this evening, because a Lincolnshire sausage is, you have to have it when you come to Lincolnshire.
Lincolnshire sausages are the best in the country, and I'll fight anyone who says that, says otherwise. I will. Cumberland are good, but Lincolnshire tops all of them, 100%.
So that's dinner sorted, and we got them from a little butcher's in Woodall. We also picked up a couple of sausage rolls, but they are long gone.
Long gone.
So let's go see what else we can get up to. So we are now leaving Jubilee Park, Woodall Spa, and we are heading to our next destination, which is Horncastle. Now, Horncastle is a small market town, quite well known in the Lincolnshire kind of countryside, and there's one place in particular that we are going to go visit. Now, I didn't actually know about this until researching it, but Horncastle is home to the famous Lincolnshire plum loaf. Now, I didn't actually know plum loaf is a famous Lincolnshire thing, but it is. After doing our research, kind of found a little bit about it. But there is a family-run baker's in Horncastle that is kind of known for doing the best plum loaf. So I thought, well, if we're going to go all out on this Lincolnshire adventure, then we need to do it right. So let's head to Horncastle. Okay, so we've just been to Myers Bakers, which is the place the internet recommended me. It's the place to go for famous Lincolnshire plum loaf. Never tried this, even though we're both from Lincolnshire, so we're going to give it a go. You can have it cold, hot, with butter, without, or with the other very famous Lincolnshire poacher's cheese. Again, I've never had this, and I'm from Lincolnshire, so I got a small bit of that to try with it as well. So we'll put that away for later. But yeah, so we had a bit of an interesting experience in Horncastle. Obviously, we went to Myers Bakers, which was recommended for the plum loaf, which was, well, we don't know if it's great. We haven't tried it yet, but we're going to go try that now. But then we went for a little drink in one of the village pubs, where we were actually by a fellow person, and he was a bit of a unique character. Anyway, and then when we got back to the car park in Tesco, I was sort of packing up and putting Doug in his backpack ready to travel, and some lady tapped on my window, which was a little bit strange, and she was just kind of asking us what we're up to and things like that. I guess she was kind of taking a bit of an interest in the truck. But yeah, anyway, we've parked up now kind of in the Lincolnshire Wolds, and as you can see behind me, it's absolutely beautiful. Just had a farmer come back with some pheasants for his dinner. But yeah, so let's try this plum loaf now. So I've read you can toast this, you can serve it as it is, you can have it with butter, or you can have it with poacher's cheese. So let's give it a go. Good morning. So this is where we parked last night. We pulled up quite early. We had our Lincolnshire sausages and mash, which was so nice. We literally parked kind of in the Lincolnshire Wolds now. It's very peaceful. There's lots of back roads, these very calm rolling hills of farmland. And yeah, we pitched up here last night, just off the side of this small narrow lane. And it was brilliant. It's nice and fresh this morning, so we're gonna head over to a place called Hubbard's Hills in the Lincolnshire Wolds near Louth for a bit of a walk. But before we head on, we're having a little hot chocolate to warm ourselves up. Brandon's gone for the vanilla white. I've gone for a classic 70%. Your hot chocolate's ready, Brandon.
Yeah.
Look at that. So when I was in Lincoln the other day, I picked up another badge for our little collection up here. We've got our Explmore one because we are Mantra Masters, and we've got our Yorkshire one. So I picked up this little Lincoln one. I believe this is the Lincoln Imp, and then this is the Lincolnshire flag in the background. I might be wrong. Maybe I should double check, but we're gonna get this on.
Just mute the audio if
Yeah. Oh, you get him. There we go. Another badge to our little collection. So we're in Hubbard's Hills now, and we're just taking a nice, chilled little walk. Yeah, so we finally got parked in Louth, which is a market town in the Lincolnshire Wolds. And there was plenty of choice for parking, so it's not like we couldn't park. It's just that the Land Rover's turning circle is quite tight, and they were all pretty tight. So we're gonna go explore, check out some outdoorsy shops, maybe get a brew, but we've only got 1 hour parking, so let's go see what we can get up to. So we found our way back to the landing. Had a little walk around Louth. There's not loads here. I'm sure you could go and explore more. But we popped in, got a few little bits, had a coffee, had a wander around, and now we're on to the next place. So we are now heading to the Lincolnshire coast for a bit of a sea breeze. What do they call it down Skegness? Bracing. That's what they call the coast. Okay, so we are heading to a place called Salt Fleetby, which is kind of like marsh landscape, which Lincolnshire is quite well known for. And we're gonna go see what it's all about and go get a nice bracing stroll along the coast. So we're saying goodbye to the Lincolnshire Wolds and heading for the coast. Just thought I'd remind you partway through the video, don't forget to enter our little giveaway. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop a comment on this video. So I'm just doing the rest of the plum loaf. Got a little bit squashed in the fridge. I'm going to put some butter on it, and I'm going to have the rest of the poacher's cheese with it because that was really nice with it yesterday. So I'm going to have that now. It's a beautiful afternoon. Doug's having a little bit of kale. What have you found?
How spiky that is.
Whoa, they are spiky. Look at that. Thorns. Whoa. We are nearly back at the truck. You can see behind the gate.
I really want to drive on the sand. Oh, it's so lovely. So peaceful.
So we've come to Huttoff Beach. We've grabbed some fish and chips, and we're going to sit by the sea and enjoy them. Okay, so unfortunately we can't park at this really nice location. So we are off to find somewhere to park for the night and ready to start work tomorrow. But we're going to leave this one here and wrap this video up. So yeah, we hope you have enjoyed coming back to our home county of Lincolnshire. And there is loads more you can get up to over here, but that is it for us. So next week we are back with some more landy upgrades in preparation for our big winter road trip. And then it is back up to Scotland for us. And we can't wait to head back up there. Don't forget about our little giveaway to win a couple of the Flextail head torches. If you want to enter, just make sure you are subscribed to our channel and comment on this video, and we will be announcing the winner shortly. We was going to run this giveaway up to kind of getting 3k followers, but I see we've actually just ticked over that milestone, which is really exciting. So we will be announcing the winner depending on if people are entering. We might leave it a couple of weeks, or we might just do it a week. I just want to make sure that as many people as possible can enter. So some people might not watch this one, they might just watch kind of the landy upgrade stuff. So we'll see how we get on. But yeah, we'll be announcing the winner of that in one of our videos. So we'll also pop a post on YouTube as well, so you won't miss out. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one.